United Grind Society presents the Turntable. We discuss everything relevant to hip hop. I'm your host, Haiku, and with me we have my favorite quarantine peoples. So let's get it in. Let's introduce to you the panel. All right, we have Mr. Hi Jinx. Jinx, there we go from United Grind. We have my man Garbs Infinite.
What up?
Yeah. We have Speed from Rhyme Royal.
What's up, people?
E.com's finest. We have Mr. Siege. Indeed. All right. Well, on this episode, the panel is going to be discussing battle rap and its impact on hip hop culture as a whole. Generally, we would reserve this time for an ad drop, but in light of recent events, we want to take a moment of silence for Bronx, New York rapper Fred the Godson, who recently passed away from COVID-19 complications. All right. Thank you. Thoughts and prayers to his family. All right. Well, let's get into the discussion. All right. For this discussion, I got a couple of topics, right, that we want to kind of hit upon. History of battle rap, modern versus vintage, rules in battle rap, and we also have battle rappers and diss records. So let's get into the history of battle rap. So on this is a good panel to kind of talk about. We got a couple people that have battled, a couple people that have hosted battles, and all of us have seen battles.
Real quick. Kind of on topic with that, and especially since we just did the tribute as far as Fred the Godson is concerned. It's just real. It's real, crazy because, I didn't know Fred the Godson was an actual battle rapper, but it's funny because I always said, like, this dude rhymes like a battle rapper. Like, I always thought that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way he sets up his punchlines, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. So, it's just real, endearing that the battle community is showing him so much love because he kind of entered the circuit before it went to like the main stage, before, the pay-per-view and all that type of stuff. So, again, rest in peace, rest in power, Fred the God. And it's just a tribute to, battle rappers in general, you know what I'm saying?
Right, a lot of people up.
Absolutely.
He was familiar with the saying for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, all right. Well, history of battle rap. Siege, I think you're the one to kind of get this ball rolling. Because you're known around these circles for your history in battle rap and around those scenes. So why don't we start with you?
The old school dude. Battle rap, battle rap's been around since rap's been around. Day one. You rap, I rap. Who's better? It's always right. It's been, but back in the day it was more crews. So you had Grandmaster Flash Furious 5 versus who was they against? I want to say Funky 4+1 or whatever, but even when they was just getting started, crews were battling. So when it first started, it was more crews battling other crews, and it was more who gave a better performance. It wasn't personalized. It wasn't like I'm rhyming about you. It would be two crews get up on stage, and whoever gave the best performance, that was the winner.
Right. And it was before the interwebs, so we didn't have that much information to gather on people in the first place to make it personal. That was before the internet, right? So,
but a lot closer to what battle rap is right now. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
Performance
is way more important today than it was a decade or two ago.
Way more structured.
We saw at some point we saw a shift, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's ultimately what it comes down to. Like, for a while, you know what I'm saying, if you can pinpoint like the time period, battle rap took on a different form. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if we'll discuss that now or later, but you know what I'm saying? It's definitely been an evolution of battle rap over the years.
Yeah, let me try to break it down real quick, just off the top. Early 80s, mid 80s, it was crews battling performances on stage. Late 80s, mid to late 80s, it became one-on-one, me versus you, who has better lyrics. Then it shifted into becoming more personal as record deals came about. So that's where you got LL Cool J doing his thing against other people. And then it kind of just went into diss records after that. And all the way up to Jay and Nas, where it got super personal. I think that was coinciding with street battle rap culture that was happening underground. A lot of people didn't know. Late 90s, mid to late 90s, it was freestyle battles, you know, off the top of the head. And then 2000s and up is when you start to get more written rhymes.
Now you kind of have to, because there's different variations of freestyle battle or freestyle period. You know what I'm saying? So kind of have to
differentiate the two.
Yeah, differentiate. You know what I'm saying?
When he said freestyle, all right,
I know my man.
Totally off the top, nothing written.
I said freestyle off the top.
That's it. That's that. So, but that's really the battle. That's the battle scene that I grew up with. Grew up in. It was all, you know, it's freestyling, it's streets, on the street, on the corner, or whatever. Or we had structured battles too, but it was all freestyling. It was really like off the top, like nothing written. But eventually there was a shift with that, right? So you're saying what, 2000s? That another shift happened where now we're doing battles with more written stuff.
Yeah, it started to shift in that direction, to where I'm preparing a written verse, and it may not even have to be towards you, but it went back to how like LL Cool J was personal, but it went back more so to who had the better verse, early 2000s.
What y'all remember though is one thing I noticed back in the day with the battles that we all used to be in is that there was a point that it was like when you knew it was pure freestyle, and then what started to happen is people started implementing pre-written punchlines and stuff into their freestyles as well. Sure. And at first, if you remember, that was a big issue and kind of a big no-no, where we'd be standing in the crowd like holding up your finger like you writing like, hey, we know, we're able to tell you. But then there was a few people that I think that just were able to do it seamlessly, that were just so good at it that you couldn't even tell whether it was premeditated or
Eminem error. The Eminem error. I mean, that's pretty much what I call it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
explain.
I mean, pretty much what you have is a very select few off the top, you know what I'm saying, battlers that probably around the late 90s, early 2000s were able to basically, you know what I'm saying, like take the structure of, freestyle battling or off the top battling, whatever you want to call it, implement the written seamlessly into them, and yet still keep you guessing whether or not, you know what I'm saying, they're doing everything off the top. So it may be, you know what I'm saying, like a moment within the battle where, okay, I mentioned, Haiku's Cavs hat in the rhyme, but then I play it off of maybe a written that I had written specifically just for you, because I know I'm about to battle you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I placed them close enough together where it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
That did happen, and I would name names, but I don't want to throw people out like that. But I mean, I know some of them personally. But the thing is, that takes a level of skill in itself.
Oh yeah,
to be able to come back to the written. So it never bothered me. I know it bothered other people, and people be like, "Oh, that was written," and I'm like, "Yeah, that was probably written," but the skill it took for him to pick the proper time to use it and to fit it into, you know, everything else he was doing. That took skill in itself. I never did it, but it didn't bother me.
So let's
favorite battles.
So let me ask this question then. Let me ask this question. So we're talking about, you know, as Garbs mentioned, you know, going like this, but hey, that's written. Obviously, that's breaking the rule in freestyle battles, right? That's breaking the rule. The battle scene that we grew up in, we always had a beat playing, right? There was always a beat, and you'd want to get the best beat. And depending on what beat was more fire or how the tempo, things like that, that could determine how well that person performed, right?
I think it depended on the
or
DJ.
How much the crowd liked it.
It depended on the DJ too, because some people just like, you know, some DJs understand like, okay, this is the type of beat that people need to battle over. Then others like, oh, this is just a dope beat, so I'm gonna play it. But just because it's a dope beat doesn't mean that it would be good for freestyle battling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So most of the battles that you attended or done yourself, they had basically rappers going beat for beat or over the same beat. Like what do you think?
Beats per round.
I've seen
beats
both,
per round. Yeah,
but the most common was you both are gonna rhyme over this beat. Here, I'm gonna play a beat, y'all gonna rhyme over it. But I've seen it both ways.
Okay.
Speed, what were you saying?
Nah, I'm saying usually in the battle raps back from, you know, our era, like that called our era with old cats, but
told you.
It would usually be like each round would have a beat. So both parties get a chance to rap over each beat per round, and the next round the beat would change.
I feel like people realize that pretty quick that hold up, if we got our different beats, you know what I'm saying, that plays to the crowd, like, you know what I'm saying? So
the hottest beat kind of.
I've only seen I haven't seen that many battles where cats have their own beats and stuff like that, but I have seen it done. But
my first battle in Cleveland, you got 5 beats to choose from, and you just told the DJ before, you know, they had you up on stage and let you know, all right, you're in the next round. What beat do you want to rock over? And you have 5 beats to choose from. I rhymed over the same damn beat all night, but you know. But yeah, I have been in those events too.
So one thing I gotta mention, since we're doing this and you here, is that I think I've told this to you before, Siege, is that you were part of one of my favorite battles that I was like ever witnessed live back in the day. I want to say that may have been like 99, 2000. It was
99.
It was 99, because I think it was right after I graduated high school.
June 3rd, 1999.
So I graduated June 6th, 1999. You know, so it was you versus Cool TLC.
Yeah, June 3rd, 1999. I met my wife that day.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's crazy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Like,
that's great.
I thought that was. Here's what I loved about that battle, and I don't mean to get off track, but the one thing that I remember.
No, go ahead.
Let's just not start naming a bunch of people. Don't nobody know who the hell.
You and Cool TLC both had 2 completely different styles of rhyme, and I think that the clash that happened, where both of you were able to do what you do best. But then it was just really just a mashup of really dope.
It was, I'm glad you brought that up, because it was a learning experience for me, and it ties into how battles are today. I was battling a comedian. Yeah. And I had never battled a comedian before. You know what I'm saying? I had battled a gajillion people, different styles, different, you know, gangsters, everything. I battled everything. I had never battled a comedian, and it's a whole different setup.
Whole different ball game.
And you have that in battle rap today. Like, you have dudes that are gun bars, you have dudes that are strictly punchlines, and you have dudes that just sit up there and they're comedians. Right. And it creates a clash of styles, and it creates a different mindset that you have to go into for each battle.
Yeah.
So let me bring this up, and let me ask this. We don't have a lot of time, because I want to kind of push the conversation if we can.
Word up.
Old school battle rap or new school? What do you prefer? What do you prefer right now? I want to start with Speed. Speed, what do you prefer right now?
I can answer that right now.
Now, yeah. See, you know where I go with this. You know where I go with this. I'm very, very, very mildly a fan of what's happening right now. I'm much more a fan of the spontaneous, off the head, who is the quickest and who is the more clever with his stuff from, back in the day. I appreciate what they do now. I appreciate the skill that it takes what they do now. It just feels like a different art form altogether. It feels more closely tied with poetry to me than it does to hip hop. Which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I write poems too, so I appreciate that. But when and a lot of what C said, talking about like the gun bars and all that kind of stuff, like I that wore me thin in the 90s. That wore me thin in the 2000s. That whole spiel. So it's like when cats get up there and they're doing variations of the same "I'll shoot you" rap, I am much more entertained by the cats like Pat Stay and the dudes that get up there and are capable of making me laugh.
Comedian.
The comedian rapper.
That's what I was thinking about.
So put that TLC Siege battle. No, Siege wasn't no gun bar cat, but that battle, put it now, and I'll be like, Siege, you lost 3-0.
I did lose. I lost.
Well, I heard it was really close though, but
no, I mean,
it was like I
won it. I won in the room, but I lost on
the scorecard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me, Aku. I'm a fan of the off the head flow, but I do appreciate and understand the talent and skill level that it takes to do what they do right now. Occasionally, I'll catch one that I like, but this stuff going on now is kind of like,
Let me comment on that real quick. Let me say this. Obviously, a cat that's watched tons of battles back in the day, participated in a couple myself, and have seen Garbs, host a few, I believe, in the past as well. I love Off the Top. I think Off the Top is great, but I can tell you right now that over the years, there are not really that many cats that are good.
Exactly.
It's really not. And cats don't have the same dojo that we had from back in the day. They just don't. No, cats don't.
Oh, I'm not saying I wanted to see it now. I'm saying that I enjoyed it more.
I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to see it now. Not free.
Look. More so than anything else.
Unless you like Juice style, and wish he's sick. That dude could freestyle for days, and I could constantly be entertained.
Look,
there's not that many juices. There's not that many juices, bro.
Let me tell y'all this. I think to some degree, and this is patting backs and tooting horns and stuff like that. But I think the community, the hip hop community, that we all came up in the same dojo, and I think we got the spoils of dope freestyle rappers. Cleveland was big on that, so we came up in an era that had a lot of dudes that was really good making up raps off the top of their head.
It was a couple.
I can name 10 off the top of my head.
I think that there's more.
It was a couple, man. It's the nostalgia, bro.
So here's the thing.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna tell you this right now, because this is not even necessarily directed at Speed or even just Cleveland rap, because we're not just talking about Cleveland rap.
Right.
We're basically, what I'm saying, there is, a divide as far as, modern battle rap and, what I'm saying, pretty much what it is street battle rap and what I call is festival battle rap. And all of those nostalgic thoughts about, cats coming off the top and spitting off the top. Man, I've seen probably 10% of the battles be decent enough for me to stand in the crowd and watch that shit without having to go to concession and get a snack or something like that. Niggas be whack, bro.
I don't disagree with that.
Rhymes be off. Whack.
I don't disagree with that one bit.
Look,
but
here's the thing.
I agree with what Jinx is saying, but I'll say this. the 10 people that Speed got on top of his head, or the 10 people I could think of, they wasn't battling each other. Those wasn't the people that you were seeing battle. It would be there were enough people that could really rhyme off the top, but they wasn't battling each other.
Dude, or all on one card in one night. You
That's why Scribble Jam was so dope, because you finally got to see those people battle.
Yeah.
Sometimes even them was whack half of the time, bro.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though.
You gotta wait till you get to the M's, to the Mac
every show we do. Every show we do, Jinx is the y'all nostalgic, and that's what's forming your opinion and stuff.
Like he didn't live through it. Like he didn't live through it.
Right, exactly.
He was in that same crowd cheering like everybody else.
Every show, look. Every show. Come on, bro.
Y'all wouldn't do it.
I saw you. I was there.
Yeah. Look. If somebody says, like, a nostalgic kind of thing, like in my day or whatever, whatever, and that's not even what I'm saying. My day, I'm just saying, dudes seem to be pretty much. It was a thing that kind of got you through hip hop. So, dude, it's not practice now. That's why nobody's really good at it now.
See, but one thing that I would say is that it's not just the battle aspect of it, of going off the top. It's just the actual act of freestyling that is kind of missing and not as heavily practiced as it was back in the day. However, and this is, I know we probably got to wrap up here soon, but I just want to say is that the one thing I do like about the new generation of battle rappers is that I think that in a lot of cases they really get technical into the delivery, into their patterns, and a lot of them get into create a concept specific for that battle, and I think that that's really amazing.
It's performance art. It's performance.
Today's battle rappers are the best lyricists on the planet.
I would not disagree. And the one thing that I would say, you know what I'm saying, as far as, just where my position is on it, is that the entertainment value is there versus, you know what I'm saying, like when I experienced, you know what I'm saying, in the early 2000s, like I literally remember myself being in, attending a bunch of battles, because I only been in street battles. I never battled on stage. When I went to see battles on stage, they was always whack to me. I'd be like standing there like, dude, like you basically fumbling through a bunch of lines to get to the punchline that you basically pre-thought of. Like, I hated it. There was a
lot of dudes that didn't belong on stage. What you're getting now from battle rap is everybody that you see belongs on stage. They've been pre-vetted. And
it's not like anybody can just get up there and do it.
Right.
Because that's the one thing that I wanted to cover. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like within some of the battles that I've watched recently with, you know what I'm saying, like a couple veterans basically going back into the circuit, like Cassidy. Like there's cats that like are considered battle rap gods that with the evolution of it has not necessarily been able to keep up with cats is doing now. So it's not like it's some shit that you can just get up there and do, even if you are MC. You know what I'm saying?
So if I'm not mistaken, Siege, which one do you prefer? Today's battle rap or yesteryear's battle rap?
If I'm being completely honest, I've enjoyed every era of battle rap because I feel like I'm a battle rap MC to my core. I've enjoyed every era, but this era to me has brought the most entertainment to me. So I like the modern style the most.
There's a reason they wrote the rhymes in 8 Mile, bro.
I'm not mad at that.
With that being said, we're getting ready to wrap up. So, Garbs, quick answer: today's battle rap or yesteryear's battle rap?
I think they both have their place and time and place.
Good answer, Garbs.
All right. Jinx, where are you at, Jinx? What do you think? Yesteryear's or now?
Now, bro.
All right. Okay. All
right. Hey, just to be clear, there are dudes in this modern era that do everything from every other era.
True that.
So DNA
Mhm.
freestyles, DNA writes, DNA performs. Pat Stay freestyles. They do all. Some dudes take everything and use it to their advantage.
No doubt.
So it's not like
Hey.
those past art forms are lost.
Give me the comedian dudes
No.
now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, clips
Give me
like
the funny
Charlie
guys.
Clips, yeah. So as long as
Well,
there's no
with all
gun
that-
bars, as long as there's no gun bars, is that what you're basically saying? See,
I mean, it's just overdone, man. It's corny. You talk about corny people that can't freestyle. Corny gun bars. Make the gun do something else now.
You
What else
know,
you got?
you know why gun bars don't bother me? Because I like MOP. MOP was
all
I
gun
loved
bars.
MOP from day one, and it always made me laugh that they could find different ways to talk about their gun. As long as you can be creative with it, I'm good.
Right, right.
So we're asking you which one you prefer. Please put it down in the comments.
down.
Please put it down in the comments. Jinx, tell them what they need to do.
Like, boom, share, boom, subscribe.
Yo, and with that, we out. Check for us. Peace.